Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. My face is all red because I just washed it in like the hot shower. And also too, the lighting here is really bad, but if you guys didn't notice, I am in my old bedroom because I thought I'd share with you guys. Jack got the first coat of paint on. So that's what he was working on today, and this is the color that it's gonna be in here, which honestly, I like it. I told him that he should go for a more like sort of neutral kind of color, a little bit that was just going to like not make the room feel like too, you know, like have a real vibrant color or anything like that. But I also told him to like not go with something that's going to be really dark either, because it's a smaller room and you want it to feel bigger, so you want to brighten it up and have light colors. And I really truly feel like the chair rail brightens it up. And also too, I think he said he actually wanted to paint the inside of the chair rail the same color, but I really think that he should keep it white. Like, I don't see a problem with it being white because like the door is gonna be white as well. Like the ceiling's already white. I think it'll just add extra like light color to it. So I don't know, I'm gonna try, and he hasn't done it yet obviously, but I think he might have forgotten. And also I might try and convince him to maybe keep it white because I really like how it looks in here with it. Again, it's not my room, but I think that it'll be really good. Like, it'll help brighten up and kind of split up the space as well, and just, you know, I don't know, brighten it up a little bit having the whites in here. So anyways, yeah, that is the color. I don't know if you guys can really tell that well. It seems, I think it maybe is showing up, maybe not, maybe over here it looks better. It might be showing up a little bit lighter in the camera than it actually is, but it's sort of like a, it's gray, but it's like a lighter kind of gray. I don't know what the actual color was, like what he picked out, what it's called or anything like that, but yeah, it's, like I said, I like it. It kind of feels office-y a little bit, but also too, like I feel with the right colors, like his, like he wants to use like red accents kind of in here. I think that it'll look really good, and like, you know, again, the color and everything like that will be really vibrant. But it kind of like, to me, it feels and like looks like sort of like an office like space. But I don't know, like I said, I can also definitely see it working well for like his bedroom and his, you know, like the color scheme I think that, like I said, he was trying to go with. So it feels weird because I'm like, it's so weird being in here, like seeing a different color on the walls for the last, you know, however many years that I've been in here, and it's been blue. Obviously it felt way bigger when the whole room was all primed and it was just white, so it does feel a little bit smaller. But again too, I think it works really well for like, again, just the space kind of, I think with the chair rail, like since that's already there, we didn't take it down and, you know, we didn't put it up. It's been here since we moved in. Again too, it's just like the space and the colors and his color scheme and stuff like that, I feel like works. So anyways, that's why I'm in here to share that with you guys for today. But I don't know, I saw him when he did one wall and then I didn't like come back in here and see it. So literally when I came in here just now was the first time that I saw it. Like, so totally kind of like finished. But again too, obviously not totally finished, like the corners and all that stuff still have to be done, but you know, and even too, like the ceiling part isn't done. And I think maybe my dad might have not, there might be still like another coat of ceiling paint that he has to do just in the corners possibly. I don't know if that actually is completely finished yet, but it doesn't matter because it's not like, we didn't paint all the way up to the top. So that's not that big of a deal. And then going around and doing that. So again, I think it's nice, like in here for like, he finally gets his own bedroom and like it's his color and it's what he picked and everything. So I think that's just cool. But again, like I was saying, I suggested doing something that was gonna still be kind of bright, but still like keep that boy, you know, kind of like, you know, room, I guess, without it being too vibrant of a like, you know, because like when you pick a certain color, you're so tied into it. And so that's why it's like, it's kind of good to have like neutrals sort of, or like use a more neutral color, just because again too, like unless you definitely know like I want to go with this or whatever, but like, yeah, I mean, and then my room is like that blue, it's Tiffany blue, but you know, like I don't know, I had a vision, have a vision still for like the way I want my room to look. Like Jack it was like, oh, I really like this, or like, I kind of like that, or I kind of want to do this, or like whatever. And like, you know, like he wasn't completely certain, I think, exactly what he wanted to do. Because originally he was like, oh, I think I want to paint the walls red and then paint the chair rail like green or something like that. I was like, really? That's what you want to do? I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something kind of very dramatic. My parents did have their upstairs room when it was just a family room, it was painted red, but I've heard a lot of like from interior design and stuff like that, people stay to steer away more from red when painting. And so I was like, yeah, I don't know if you really want to like do that, like, you know, and again to whatever other color. Or he maybe wanted to go with like a blue, which like a navy blue like wouldn't be too bad, or like a lighter, like, I don't know, like lighter than navy blue, but not like baby blue, like, you know, something like that would have kind of been like almost in this like hue kind of, I don't know if that makes sense, but like this kind of like tone of like blue might have been better. But still, like I don't know, it just, my thing is that it's hard to try and match colors to that then, unless you have a very specific like idea for what you're going to do. Like, you know, if you're like, I have this bedspread and I want to match it to this or whatever, you know, then it kind of works. But if you don't and you're just kind of like, we'll just paint the room and then figure out what to do afterwards, like, yeah, then maybe go with more of like a neutral color or something like that. But I don't know, I'm really liking this, and I like his you know, like I said, his space in here. So the door is still there. Obviously there's no trim on it because we took that off so that they can do the floors. When they do the floors in here, they're going to we took all of the trim off on the bottom and around the door. So we just, obviously we didn't take the chair rail down because they don't need that. Like, because when they sand the floors, like they have to get up close to the edge of it. And if you have the trim still on, then they can't go all the way up to the edge of the you know, the flooring. Because the trim actually hides some of the imperfection. Like for example, like over here, this is, you know, like you can see that part was like where the trim was. It hangs over those imperfections in the wood where it's cut when because it's real hardwood floor. So obviously when they do that, there's you know, they have to cut it, and it doesn't sometimes all the way go up all the way. So normally that's why you put trim over the stuff. And that's the same thing too, like why you put the trim over the door is because the door jamb doesn't always, you know, like it's not gonna always be perfect based on like the studs and where they are and the door jamb and all that kind of stuff. So that's what you use trim for anyway. So that's why when you sand it, then you want to take that off so that they can get as close underneath there as possible, and then you put it back over so that it's finished properly like that. So anyways, I thought I'd just share that with you guys for today and stand right here where I normally always would, because my desk used to be right there. And oh my gosh guys, it's just so weird. But my desk is actually coming back in here because Jack's going to get my old desk and I'm going to get a new desk, and so it's going to go back in the same spot that it was before, which again too, I think that the color of my desk anyway will actually work really well in here because it is kind of a gray tone desk. So I think that it'll really work for his space as well. And I think, like I said, his color scheme will come together like really well, I'm hoping. But we'll see. So anyways, I will see you guys though in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.